We welcome you back to Do or Die Friday, still inside the Philoil Center here in San Juan. We continue our coverage of the Final Four of the NCAA Season 100 Men's Volleyball Tournament. And before we proceed to our final game today, Letran advancing to the Men's Volleyball Finals by beating Benilde earlier in 4 sets. Pem Bautista for the second straight game took Player of the Game honors. This time, he exploded for 27 points to lead Letran back to the promised land. And for our second game today, I mentioned this is for the right. This is a do or die and for the right to face Letran in our finals. Arellano versus Mapúa, number 2 versus number 3. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong panonood ngayon live on Heart of Asia. Thank you so much for sticking around. Also on NCAA Philippines, on YouTube and on Facebook. Nandyan din tayo sa GMA Sports PH on X and on Facebook. Hello everybody, it is a holiday, so we thank you for tuning in live right now on Heart of Asia. This is NCAA Season 100. The name is Martin Javier. Happy to be at your service today and excited for this matchup because we all know what happened in their first encounter here in the Final Four. Pakilala ko muna ang tutulong sa akin dito sa coverage natin. Nandito si Gaira Barogra helping me break down this game between Arellano and Mapúa.
Well, it's going to be an exciting match. You have Arellano and Mapúa in this game in order for them to get into the finals. Again, Mapúa, it's their first time actually in the Final Four. So it's uncharted territory for them. But Arellano, of course, this team, such a strong team. And the blockings are always on point. Yeah. So that's something Mapúa should watch out for in this match today.
That's right. Abangan natin yung mga numero mamaya. Pero ngayon, pakilala muna natin ang kukumpleto sa ating broadcast team. We have Hannah Arguelles. I'm somewhere maybe on the left side of this screen. Pero nandito si Hannah para ihatid sa atin yung mga istorya mula sa ating coaches and players. Very interesting how they prepared for each other for this do-or-die matchup. Again, higher-seeded team itong Mapúa. Number 3 team ang Arellano as we take a look at the updated Final Four picture so far with Letran advancing first.
Letran is already waiting for their next opponent. Who will win, Mapúa or Arellano? This team is such an exciting match to see.
That's right. Again, it's also gonna be the first time in a while, if ever, if Arellano takes care of this, yung dalawang lower-seeded teams natin ang makakapasok sa finals because hindi pa yan nangyayari in a while, at least in recent memory dito sa men's division natin sa NCAA. But of course, Mapúa has something to say about that. Tignan muna natin itong eksplosibong laro. Unang laban sa Final Four, Arellano taking this one in 4 sets, but it was fireworks from the very beginning here, Gaira.
Intense match in the 25-21 and then 25-23. After that, Mapúa kind of lost their gas in the 3rd and 4th set. Look at that 4th set. 13 was their score, and the 15 blocks that Arellano produced in this match. Again, we've been hyping them up, their blockings. And this is something that they have to just get more of in this match as well.
Oo, kasi yung blocking nitong Arellano talagang naapektuhan yung mga attackers ng Mapúa Cardinals. We saw the errors earlier. Most of those came off the attacks as well. Pero para dito sa Arellano University, 4 players scored in double figures. And it is because, or at least one of the biggest reasons why, is because of the playmaking of the Grandmaster, veteran setter playing in his senior year for Arellano, Adi Villados.
Grandmaster indeed. He has all the pieces and he has been activating them this whole season. He actually got 19 excellent sets and 2 points versus Mapúa in their previous match.
That's right, 19 excellent sets. Ang highest pointer ng Arellano dun sa laban na yun was AC Ginto. So siya yung nabiyayaan ng pinakamarami neto ni Adi Villados. Also one of the tallest setters that we have in the league. You saw the 2 points. And we know he can score more if needed by the Chiefs. All right, Adi Villados, this is going to be a big game for him. And he is one of the few graduating players netong Arellano University So on the other side, for the Mapúa Cardinals, a heartbreaking loss in a game that they should have taken care of, because they're now giving a chance to Arellano in a 50-50 game here. But Barbie San Andres, kahit natalo sila sa laban na yon, still exploded for 20 plus points.
Definitely still the best for Mapúa. You can see that this person, you have Barbie, who is such a leader in scoring for them. 23 points off of 20 attacks and 3 service aces versus Arellano in their last match.
Barbie San Andres is in a different league scoring-wise this season. Runaway #1 scorer of the league at 20.7 points per match, and also the best, at least the top server that we have. Siya lang yung nakalagpas sa 20 aces ng ating elimination round. So that's a good head-to-head. A setter and a prolific scorer, Villados and San Andres. Panigurado, magiging exciting tong laban na to. Gaira, you know, one of the things we were talking about earlier, etong blocking ng Arellano, because we saw in the numbers earlier, they had 15 blocks. But actually, after the first set, mas marami pang ang blocks yung Mapúa. Second set na nag-click yun para sa Chiefs.
Well, with Mapúa, I got the chance to talk to Coach Aying earlier, and yun nga, nakikita talaga nila, Arellano is such a scoring machine, especially in terms of blocking. So, this is something that they worked on in the few days that they had the chance to train. Talagang more on their spiking, they're working on being smart with their hits, not with the power, because, again, you have Arellano who has such a defensive skill on the net.
Yeah. They're the #3 blocking team in the league, but it felt like they were #1 dun sa ating first encounter. For Mapúa, it's gonna be all about sustaining, you know, their offense. Kasi dun yun yung forte nila. Isa sa mga best assets itong team na to. Aside from their floor defense, of course, but their scorers have to be strong-minded. They have to be composed all throughout. And whenever, kasi hindi mo naman may iwasan na mabablock ka, gaya nung Arellano. But it is important that they pick themselves up quickly and go back to their scoring ways.
That's actually what they worked on. Coach Aying said their coverage is their best weapon today, because, again, you're going against a team who's really good in blocking. Coach Obet is a coach who, even in the women's team, yun yung asset niya. Talagang papakita niya na this team is a blocking team. So, they're going head-to-head again here in the men's division this time. So, we're gonna see how they work on their pieces in the men's division.
Precisely. That was Coach Carl Brian Vitug and Coach Aying Esteban. That's the head-to-head in the coaching, or in our coaches. So, Arellano versus Mapúa for a right to face Letran in the finals. Mapúa, again, hasn't been there in a while. Arellano, same story for them. So, tignan natin kung sino ang mag-a-advance pagkatapos ng laban na to. Chiefs versus Cardinals in a little bit. Let's turn you over to our Coliseum announcer.
Magandang hapon, NCAA fans. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 100 Siglo 1 Inspiring Legacies. Live ngayon sa Heart of Asia, worldwide sa pamamagitan ng GMA Pinoy TV at GMA News TV International. At may live streaming pa sa gmanetwork.com, NCAA Philippines website, YouTube at Facebook, with NCAA updates, highlights, and results on GMA Integrated News. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NCAA Season 100 Men's Volleyball Tournament, hosted by Arellano University. This is the semifinals, the Arellano Chiefs versus the Mapúa Cardinals. Presenting the game officials for this match, our first referee, Mr. Larry Escorial. Second referee, Mr. Ray Galvez. And here are the starting lineups. First, for the Arellano Chiefs, beginning with team captain number 6, Adrian Villados. At number 2, AC Ginto. Number 4, Jake Pangilinan. And number 5, Carl Berdal. At number 7, Anthony Curame. And number 12, Jiwen Sinuto. Starting libero, number 18, Melchor Bustillo. Head coach, Mr. Carl Brian Vitug. And now for the Mapúa Cardinals, team captain number 13, John Benedict San Andres. At number 2, Saint Marlo Hamisola. Number 6, Calvin Topacio. At number 7, RJ Ramos. At number 14, Ramil Gripo. And number 18, Alvin Macadangdang. Starting libero, number 12, Mark Joshua Caballero. Head coach, Mr. Clarence Esteban.
Time to meet the starters for both teams. And Coach Vito staying put with the starting unit that brought them that first win. Kuramin, Berdal, Ginto, Pangilinan, Adi Villados, and Iwing Sinuto. But of course, their libero who will enter in just a little bit, Joshua Datu. On the other side, bit of a shake-up for Coach Aying Esteban because he wants a taller setter now in the starting lineup. This is the big change. Instead of Juancho Barba, they'll have Calvin Topacio as the main playmaker today alongside the veterans. Their leading scorers, Barbie San Andres, RJ Ramos, and their middles, Alvin Macadangdang. Opposite naman itong si Olsen Hamisola with Joshua Caballero as their libero. Alright, entering set number 1, you guys have Martin Javier, Gaina Baroga. Later on, we'll hear from Ms. Hannah Arguelles, our courtside reporter. Ito, ang magsisimula para sa atin, Carl Berdal, who did not have the best game offensively, Gaira, in that first game.
Well, this is chance na makabawi din going against Mapúa. Again, they're on a winning streak right now against Mapúa, and actually Barbie starting it off with an error as well.
So this is now the challenge because Coach Aying is gonna be using Calvin Topacio. Hindi yan usually yung primary setter niya. Kailangan ngayon establish ng maaga yung connection ni Topacio sa kanyang spikers. And it is manifesting right now for Mapúa. So the first one was an attack error. Ito, na-check.
And this is what we've been talking about as well earlier. Arellano has a strong blocking system. And what Coach Aying said, he worked on the coverage during the time that he was training. They had the time to train Mapúa. But then again, eto nga parang nakikita natin medyo pressured yung Mapúa coming into this match.
And Arellano, that's their identity. They're gonna intimidate you at the net. But this time, it is off the block. Headshot pa nga yata yan para dito kay Alvin Macadangdang.
Macadangdang with a booming hit indeed.
Ouch. That was on Jake Pangilinan, who by the way had 6 kill blocks in game number 1. AC Ginto catches the line.
And what elevation did we see there? He was actually hitting above those 2 blockers.
AC Ginto exploded for 19 points in the first game.
Perfect pass.
RJ Ramos. That's what they need to do. They need to get him going right away.
And this is what we were talking about, that you don't need the strongest hit. You just need to find that hole in the defense of Arellano.
And celebration afterwards for RJ. Ito na, si Macadangdang. Here's the pass. Ginto cross-court connects again.
Ginto finding that sweet spot in Mapúa's defense.
So it is tit for tat here in the opening moments. Ginto with some early offense para dito sa Arellano Chiefs. And Iwing Sinuto. Oh! Misreceived.
Barbie still goes for it with a drop ball.
Nicely done by San Andres. Ginto cross-court covered this time by Caballero. Ramos rising and getting rejected.
Well, Arellano is just staying in system. Actually, if you can see their blocking, very established. No hesitation at all to put their hands in there and just press it.
Nung game number 1, took them a while to organize their net defense. But here in the second match, they're really making sure that they're getting it done early. It's another denial here for Arellano.
talking about early here in the NCAA, Mapúa actually had a great winning streak in the first round.
Yeah.
They sweep that whole round, but in the second round actually, dun sila medyo nangapa, finding new players to put in the system. But again, they're the kind of team that has to get rid of the pressure coming here in the Final Four.
Yeah, exactly. They started the season 10-0, and then they went 4-4 to finish the second round. Amisola with his first point. AC Ginto again with that long ball. Pangatlo na para kay Ginto.
So consistent here in the first set.
How about that? Perfectly placed by AC Ginto. 7-3 start para sa Arellano. Good first ball from Barbie. Ito na si RJ off the block again.
And this is what Mapúa needs to continue in this match. They can't just keep hitting the balls towards the hands of the blockers. They have to put it out or ipa-check ball nila ito kasi they have to use Arellano's strength against them.
Exactly. Kailangan nilang madiskartehan ito mga blockers ng Arellano University. This is a good pickup from Datu. Running hits! Penny Coramin brings us to our first technical timeout. And then when we return, we'll hear the first report from Miss Hannah Arguelles.
Hello mga ka-NCAA, I'm Aliyah Fidalyaga, one of the courtside reporters this season, and we are here at the NCAA Season 100 Soft Tennis Tournament Finals at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. Kaya tara, let's go! From 7 schools, only 4 remain.
Siglo 1 Men's Volleyball Final Four matchups. It's hungry versus battle-tested as we see the matchup that'll dictate if Mapúa can claw their way to a final spot. But the Final Four experienced Arellano won't make it easy. Kaya nga, nang makausap ko ang head cardinal na si Barbie San Andres, inamin niya sa akin na sa sobrang kagustuhang manalo ng kupunan, kabaliktaran ang nangyari dahil na-tense at nadala. Kaya ngayon, hindi lang mental adjustments na nabaho ng team pero all around. Kaysa matakot sa sariling errors ay binalikan din nila kung paano nila natalo ang Arellano sa round 1 at sinama din doon ang kanilang lessons na napulot from round 2 and last Tuesday's game. Para naman kay Arellano team captain Adi Villados, grabing confidence daw ang nabigay ng kanilang panalo laban sa Mapúa na hanggang ngayon ay dala pa rin nila. Dagdag rin nito na ang Arellano na makikita ngayon ay ang peak ng kanilang chemistry as a team. Kaya lagi niyang paalala sa kupunan, kung mag-aangat siguraduhin para sa ikakabuti ng team at kayang panindigan. A team who sees the bigger picture or the other with newfound confidence. Sino kaya ang aangat, Martin and Gaira?
Malalaman natin mamaya. Maraming salamat, Hannah Arguelles. But we had a lot of those, a lot of moments, quote-unquote, from our players. But Denny is right. You know, going back to the report, as we see here, Barbie San Andres converting on this soft hit. Etong Arellano, they are peaking really at the right time. Because they started 6-3 and they finished second round in 7-2, and they won 4 straight games to end the second round of elimination. So paangat talaga yung laro nila.
You can see that they're peaking at the right time, like you said. But with these two teams, after that booming hit from Arellano, it's actually the battle of character here in the semifinals.
Exactly. Alberdal. Power strike on the other side for Mapúa. They look tense. You know, this is not the Mapúa that we saw in the first set of the first matchup. Nakadangdang. Counters with a quick.
Like what Hannah said earlier, pag nag-aangas nga, kailangan panindigan mo. And right now, these players are actually walking the talk.
Yeah. So this is how Mapúa gets their confidence up as a service ace was just unleashed. This is Topacio, the starting setter of Coach Ayeng Esteban, catching the line at the back.
Another one.
Wow! Back-to-back aces.
And maybe this is the reason why Coach Aying suited him up in the first 6.
Yeah. Ito, pakinggan naman natin si Coach Brian Vitug.
Okay, first attack lang muna. Kailangan lang natin makapasa. Yun lang. Sa atake, bahala na si Adoy kung anong gagawin. Umasa muna tayo. Okay, okay. Ready, ready ah. Ano?
Actually, that's a good timeout from Coach. Sabi niya, kailangan magpasa muna sila. They have to focus on their first ball in this match. Again, Villados is the grandmaster of their team. So, just put the ball up. He will make a way to set this nicely.
Early scoring story here as Mapúa counters with a 3-0 run to pull to within 2 points. Ito, ganito chinatsaga ng Mapúa itong Arellano. There's the back set. Wow! Sinuto! This is a player that has a good spiking mechanic.
Definitely, but look at that set from Villados. That set made Mapúa only have one blocker.
That's right. Again, this is the brilliance of Adi Villados as Hamisola goes too strong on the cross-court attempt. And Bertan will proceed to the service line. Oh, faulty first ball. San Andres had to stop, but the delay worked.
But have you noticed that with Mapúa, whenever they're not hitting their strongest and just using the hands of the blockers, dun sila nakakapuntos. But whenever they would just go for those power hits, it's automatically a block for Arellano.
Parang handa dun yung mga blockers ng Arellano, no? Kasi expected talaga nila power hits from Mapúa Spikers. Ginto through the block. AC Ginto.
Ginto has been on fire here on in the first set.
It looks like he is on his way to another big scoring performance here.
But if you saw in that replay, Makadangdang actually had a hard time with his block as well because of the grandmaster of Arellano.
Yeah. Siya yung nagpapahiwalay sa mga blockers ng Mapúa, and this is an attack error. If you're Coach Aying, this is what you not want to see. Kaya tumayamaw siya kaagad.
Ito kasi ang system. Ay set na eh. Anong gagawin natin? Kailangan ba natin paluin ng nag-over o gagawa natin ang paraan? Okay, ano bang kailangan? Nagkamali si setter, ano kailangan gawin? Gawan muna ng paraan. So huwag kayo mag-error, tapos magsisisihan kayo doon sa loob. Bakit? Kailangan natin kasi magtulungan. Kailangan siyang tulungan kasi nga, hindi umabot. Ganun lang naman kasi yun. Para makakuha tayo ng ating
Good points from Coach Aying there. First thing he actually said is, if you're given a bad set, bababayaan mo na lang ba? You're gonna commit an error. What he's saying is, they should make a way to put that ball over, not just because their teammate made a mistake. Dapat mistake din yung ibibigay nila. And what he's saying is that they should work as a team. Dapat pasa muna ang mauna and then second ang set para mapadali ang buhay ng paglalaro nila in this match.
Dito masusubukan pareho yung setters at yung creativity ng spikers ng Mapúa Cardinals. But Coach Aying Esteban, quite an accomplishment already by bringing both the men's team and the women's team to the Final Four this year. As we take a look at that error on Arellano, so Mapúa gets a couple of points. So ito na, si Alvin Makadangdang, the front line for Mapúa. Pumasok na rin itong si Ramil Gripo. Kasama si Olsen Hamisola and RJ Ramos. Late entry for Gripo in the first matchup. AC getting denied by Gripo.
Instant impact from Gripo, closing that block. Great press.
Yeah. And this will earn him more minutes on the floor.
Actually, I was surprised that he's not part of the first six
yeah.
because I asked Coach Ayeng Esteban earlier, Coach, who's your first six? He put a check mark beside
pyramid.
Gripo's name. So I think he's trying to surprise us as well.
Magic bunot pala. Itong si Ramil Gripo as we see another cross-court hit coming from Ewing Sinuto. Oh, this is such an underrated player, itong si Sinuto. Hamisola, cross-court bomb!
Hamisola finally successful with that hit. He's been getting blocked early on, but now he found a way to put that one over.
It is close here in the opening set. Sakto sa kanto. That was a power alley coming from Hamisola, but he overcooks the serve, so that'll bring us to the second technical timeout. Abante ng tatlo ang Arellano.
Hey there mga kapuso! Ako po si Erin T. at nandito tayo ngayon sa University of Makati para subaybayan ng NCAA Season 100 Football Finals. Tara, samahan niyo ako at saksihan natin kung sino ang magwawagi.
Of Asia, NCAA Philippines and GMA Sports PH. You guys are seeing the Mancom representative ng Mapúa University, Sir Melchor Devina. The legend is in attendance. His team down by 3 in the opening frame. Kinaliwa, nagpalit ng kamay si RJ Ramos. Berdal sent back but kept alive. Good effort coming from Carl. Oh, Gripo! Wow! Villados! Oh no, hold on.
It was Kuramen actually with that block. The anticipation, kitang-kita niya na yung mangyayari in Mapua's attack.
Benny Kuramen recovering quickly there. AC Ginto will now serve. He has 5 points as you guys can see.
Strong serve.
Yeah.
But Barbie has been really
Receiving well.
Yes,
Yeah.
receiving really well in this match.
And Topacio rewarding that effort by San Andres.
A good fast play too. That's a really low set. Good system for Mapua.
So 14-17. RJ Ramos will begin. He had a few service errors in the first game. This time it connects. Back row hit. Too strong para kay Sinuto. Well, that's something we haven't seen yet. First time natin makita back row itong si Ewing Sinuto. So Adi Villados also mixing things up.
Well, he has a lot of weapons.
RJ, again.
Perfect
with the pickup,
pass.
yeah. Running hit! Naabangan ni Hamisola. San Andres! Still alive. Berdal. Another chance for Mapua. Back to Barbie. They go!
Barbie San Andres really wanting to win this match and reach the finals.
San Andres with a tight angle. Yeah, Barbie is arguing.
It was actually four touches earlier. That's what they're saying.
16-17, the lead is down to 1.
Although they got that point, talking about Mapua, they're actually contesting this
Yeah.
just to warn the referees or just to let them know in the future that there could be 4 touches as well.
Para mas sila
aware
at mas bantayan nila yung mga ganong plays. But RJ Ramos commits the service error. Ito yung 4 touches. Oh, that was the first, second, third. Well, Barbie had the case.
Well, it could be questionable kasi nga yung block nasa baba na ng net.
First touch kay Villados. Topacio, what a set. Ramos Not quite. Berdal denied again. Topacio. Joust. Berdal. Yes! Adjustment from Carl Berdal.
Perfect adjustment from Berdal, seeing that no one was there behind the blockers, switching it up in the last second.
19, serving, 16.
Dalawang, yeah.
Arellano's all in right now.
Yeah.
Very surprising moves.
San Andres.
What a pickup.
Berdal runs. One more time here. Berdal.
Net violation called on Arellano.
It's called on Carl Berdal. So Mapúa gets the point. Substitution here.
I actually wish everyone was watching this live. It's so intense when you're here, especially with us, Martin.
Yeah.
We're high level with them right now.
Nadadala nga tayo sa laban natin. This is Ace Quemada. Just entered for serving purposes. This is Berdal.
That's still good.
Kept alive. Chance ball. Can Arellano take advantage?
Too near the net.
Berdal!
With an exclamation point from Berdal.
Woo! That was bounce ball.
He was actually waiting near the net already kasi medyo papasok na yung bola. But he still made a way to get that point.
2017. Not the best pass. Pero overreach.
Overreaching violation called on Arellano.
So our first challenge of the day will come from Arellano University. So if this is successful, it will just be a replay of the point.
But with reaching beyond the net, it's actually overreaching when you press your hands inside towards the other's court. Pero yun nga, makikita na yan sa replay kung pinasok ba talaga niya yung kamay niya para maharangan yung set.
Okay. This is the AU Chief Squad, 6P champions of our cheerleading competition. Congratulations to them. 6 feet, isang halos mag-iisang dekada na po silang nagdo-dominate sa NCAA cheerleading scene. And we are seeing a good-sized crowd dito sa Phil Oil. Of course, on a Friday and a holiday. Yan, salamat po sa pagpunta dito at pagnood ng live.
We're really feeling the school spirit here.
This is the women's team. Ayan, si Tambasakan yan. O, diba? Siyempre, all-out support din sila kay Coach Aying. You see there, De Guzman, Gavica is there. Diba? Also made it to the Final Four. Just lost to Benilde. Okay. So, no reaching beyond the net. So, this will be a successful challenge para kay Coach Brian Pitug.
Good call by Coach Brian. When we saw it in the replay, hindi nga naman pinasok. But Topacio was actually going for that 1-2 play already. So it's a very valid point.
So, it is still 2017 replay of that last point. San Andres! Roofed!
How intense is the men's team here in the NCAA?
Wow! Sinuto, Pangilinan combining to get that kill block.
Slime! Sino nandito? Ready na drop ball. Dito, trabaho na lang dito.
Yung pinag-aralan natin kasi yung play, natin, yun yung gameplay natin, yun yung pwedeng baguhin. Kasi nga, istado na nga yung open spiker natin. Huwag ka mamasa dahil si Benbento. Pagalawin mo yung ibang tao natin. Diba? Ganun lang ako kasimple yun eh.
That's a good point from Coach Aying. Sinasabi niya na hindi pwedeng umaasa lang siya sa open spikers. Kailangan niya pagalawin yung ibang spikers in order to deceive the defense of Arellano.
And you guys are seeing the counter 4-1 run nitong Arellano University matapos makabalik ng Mapúa at maibaba sa isa yung lamang kanina. Here's the first pass. Back row hit. RJ Ramos connects. Oh no. Teka. Isang linesman natin inside. Yung kabila outside. Mag-uusap sila.
And actually, pwede to i-challenge din ni Coach Aying if ever.
Yeah. Kasi vague yung tawag eh. Or, if it doesn't favor them, pwede rin si Coach Brian.
Or
Diba?
the referee can call a dead
Pwede.
ball.
They call it for Mapúa.
Will Coach Brian challenge?
I don't think so. So, inside, RJ Ramos gets the point. And yung hinahanap natin mula kay RJ Ramos, he was the third leading scorer in the elimination round at a little over 18 points per match. What a swing again from Iweng Sinuto.
Great attack by Arellano. But as you can see, look at the blocking of Barbie San Andres. Masyado na siyang sumobra. Hindi niya na natapatan yung attack nitong Arellano.
Yeah. Coach Aying, nakita natin a few words with Olsen Hamison as Ramos is now starting to read the defense of Arellano.
Those soft hits are really working well for Mapúa. It's because Arellano, talagang pinag-aralan naman nila yung strong hits din ni Mapúa. So, very surprising sa kanila yung mga change of direction nitong Cardinals.
Oh, single block. Binuhay. Joust.
That's still good. Good coverage.
Topacio. Hamisola.
That's still good.
Buhay pa. Here's the pass. Topacio. Back to Olsen. Denied. Ramos with a dive. San Andres keeps it up. Hamisola. The Chiefs have a chance. Ginto. Barbie with a save. Ramos. Kaboom! But it's outside.
What a rally from both teams.
Oh man, down the line, but
good intention, wrong execution on that one.
yeah. 23-19.
That down the line was actually pretty open in terms of blocking. Kaso nga lang napasobra talaga.
Si John Will Sinuto, the older brother of Jiwen Sinuto, who is in front right now. Topacio, quick attack. Perdal again, picking it up. Quinto. Oh, that one hit the net and the antenna. But they're saying there was a block touch.
Quinto with that smart move using the hands of the blockers.
There was.
Actually, I get what you were saying na parang sa tape of the net siya tumama. But when it bounced, it looked like tumama sa kamay bago it touched the antenna.
Pero ito yung challenge ni Coach Aying Esteban. Of course, they want to do this to prevent Arellano from getting to set point here. But the Arellano Chiefs are doing very well here in the opening set.
One thing I actually asked Coach Aying earlier, na ano yung difference this year since it's his first time coming into the Final Four with the men's team. And he said he's actually been with the team for a decade.
Okay.
So this is his time to harvest. So no matter what happens, proud pa din siya sa team niya na pumasok ng Final Four. And sobrang intact, not only the team, the players, but also the coaches. Kasi kasama niya rin pala yung ibang coaches na to in another school that he's coaching for.
Okay, so it's been quite a journey now for Coach Aying Esteban with this Mapúa team and his coaching staff. So again, big accomplishments this year for them. Nakita nyo kanina, si ano pala yan? Raisa Ricablanca pala yung nasa gitna kanina. One of the top scorers of our women's volleyball. And on the other side naman for Arellano, Coach Carl Brian Pitog, who has been a long-time assistant. Kasi si Coach Sherwin Meneses po ang napakatagal ng head coach nitong Arellano University. So, it's a sweet moment for Carl Bryan or Coach Carl Bryan Vitog to bring them back to the Final Four. Even gonna be sweeter if they make it all the way to the finals.
Again, it's not only battle of the players, but battle of the coaches as well. And you saw from your screens earlier, pati battle of the pep squad, the cheerleading squad.
That's right. We have the Cheer-Ping Cardinals and the AU Chief squad. All right. So from our vantage point earlier, it looked like there was a touch. So it went through Hamisola. So this will put Arellano at set point situation. They have 5 points to work with. 24 to 19. Overcooked on the serve by Sinuto.
Well, medyo nilamig din sila because the challenge took some time. So, pag ganun, nakaka-lose ng momentum talaga eh.
Challenges natin talagang those are disguised timeouts. As we see Arellano here execute. This is Camisola. Single block will end the first set. Penny Kuramen puts Arellano in front.
Kuramen with that single block, that anticipation, that press is just picture perfect.
The Arellano Chiefs strike first, 25 to 20. We'll be back for the numbers and set number 2.
Mga ka-NCAA, nandito tayo ngayon sa University of Makati para saksihan at subaybayan ang NCAA Season 100 Men's Football.
San Sebastian College Recoletos is the host of this season's NCAA football tournament. Under the leadership of Chairman Father Virgilio Paredes. A new contender is entering the scene this NCAA football season. The University of Perpetual Health System Delta. Eager to prove itself on the field.
Father, we heard na...
Balik sa ating laban and we go straight to the highlights of the opening set. Kung saan nanalo po ang Arellano University 25 to 20. At kung sa game number 1 natin o dun sa first game natin, medyo matagal nag-click yung blocking ng Arellano. Dito, in the first 2 plays, nandun na, naka-establish na kagad.
Well, early establishment of their blockings, dito rin nag-start yung streak ni Arellano na hindi talaga nakakapasok yung hits ng Mapúa. But what we were talking about off-air is that the unsung heroes, the setters, for Arellano, they have so many plays, they have so many variations. With Mapúa, actually, medyo nahihirapan sila kasi puro dulo-dulo or quick lang ang sets. They need more set plays in order to break the blocking system of Arellano.
There were more unpredictable plays from Arellano's side and we see that in the blocking sequence of Mapúa na laging isa yung naiiwan dun sa pinupuntahan ni Villados.
Actually, the middle blockers of Mapúa are having a hard time na humabol sa mga open spikers. And again, of course, you have Villados who has just been such a great weapon for Coach Bryan here.
And now we take a look at the numbers here. 6 big blocks for Arellano in just the opening set.
Our attacks are very similar, but again, those blocks, those block points of theirs, the very established defensive system is what is giving a hard time to Mapúa in this match.
At hindi rin nakatulong yung 7 errors nitong Mapúa Cardinals. Some of those came off their attacks as well. So major adjustments need to be made from the side of Mapúa here. Para naman sa Arellano, it's all about sustaining this. Because right now, at least from what we're watching here, they seem to have Mapúa's number. Oh, now, Coach Aying with the adjustment here in set number 2, switching out his playmakers. He's back to Juancho Barba, who will begin with the serve. So Calvin Topacio will take a breather on the bench. Oh, that's not a good start though.
Actually, even in the first set, Mapúa started with an error as well.
7 of those, pero naging masakit yung mga errors na yun. Set number 1, Jake Pangilinan will start. Hamisola breaks through.
Hamisola going through the blockers. Great set as well.
So, if Barbie and RJ both nagpe-placement, nagda-drop, si Hamisola parang committed dun sa power hits niya.
Actually, wala pa ata siyang napapalo na soft touch
Sinuto.
That's still good.
Villados choosing Ginto this time. Over to the other side. Sinuto was ready.
Sinuto loving that set for him.
That was actually Barba passing to Sinuto.
Wrong teammate.
Oh, yeah. Tumawid yung pasa.
Good serve.
Barba. RJ off the hands.
And these are the type of hits that Mapúa should continue here in the second set and the rest of the game. Hindi lang pwede powerful hits and going straight to the blockers. They have to use Arellano's hands for it to go out.
Nakadangdang. A good reception coming from Perdal. This one bounced off the block.
Good up, but...
Oo nga. Tulak mula kay Barbie will not work. Here's Villados! His turn to swing. Goes out.
Actually, that's an advantage for Arellano. With Villados, he's such a tall setter, so he can be an attacking setter. Such an advantage. And also, you still have 3 spikers in the front row.
But you have to love the approach of Villados. Spiker na spiker eh. Oh, Penny Kuramen on the running hits. 3 apiece here in the second set.
Look at the technique of Kuramen. You would actually think he was going for an A-quick attack with that fake, but he decided to go for that slide.
Yeah, that's why that's such a high percentage attempt for Penny Kuramen. Pero ito, mabilis na bumawi si Hamisola. And this is one of the rare times, Kyra, na walang naka-establish na blocker sa kanya.
First time actually that it's a single block na na-deceive talaga tong Arellano. Although, this is what we were talking about in the first set. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back for Mapúa. Their consistency is just not in this match right now. They're not able to gain the momentum because of their errors.
Exactly. And what's ironic about it is that they're the #1 serving team in the league, at least in the elimination round.
Ito nga yung sinasabi ni Coach Aying earlier. Sobrang ganda ng first round, but sobrang ganda din ng palo ng Arellano.
Oh, you gotta love this hit coming from Carl Verdal.
Verdal loving that set. Ooh, little swag as well.
That lingering look mula dito kay Carl Verdal. Back attack, cross court, sobra mula kay Hamisola.
Another error. And this is what Coach Aying said nga na nung first round, ang ganda ng galaw ng team. They're just playing, they're just enjoying. But when the semifinals came, actually, even in the eliminations of the second round, nung nakita nila na pwede silang pumasok ng Final Four, medyo kinabahan na nagbago na yung attitude ng mga players.
But they need to get over it quickly, because this is do or die for them. They are facing elimination. But Arellano is just bouncing on this opportunity. They are ahead by 3. Tingnan natin si Coach Aying Esteban.
Walang fancy. 100%. Wala, ikaw kailan nyo lang gusto pumalo, tsaka lang tatataw, kailan lang gusto rumisub eh. Diba, paano natin mabubuhay ng ganyan? Puro error yung ginagawa natin. I-minimize lang natin yung error. Dahan-dahan lang muna. Tapos mag-isip ng mag-isip kung ano yung gagawin para alam nyo anong gagawin sa loob.
Alright, so this is how Arellano established this 3-point lead despite the early good performance itong Mapúa sa ating second set. Mabilis na nakabawi ang Arellano University.
To simplify what Coach Aying said, yun nga, wag fancy, meaning you have to play simple and just enjoy. Kasi yung nangyayari sa players ngayon, gusto nila, I would say yung perfect yung tansa, perfect yung set, but they have to make a way to get the points with what they have right now, which is from that timeout, they're looking much better.
Yeah, that's solid execution. Yung ganun lang, you know, nothing fancy.
Very simple.
Yeah, just the regular play that they run.
And yun nga, yung commitment, 100% dapat. Because you can see from the players, there are a lot of hesitation.
That's right. What a find here. Villados, tupakilinan. Nadadalhin tayo dito sa ating technical timeout. On the other side, we'll hear from Miss Hannah Arguelles.
Ito na ang ikalawang edisyon ng ating awesome play sa NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball. Simulan natin sa number 10.
Oh, Liberos going at it right now. Wow, another dig by Silva.
What a rally. Nitura breaks down the wall.
Judiel Nitura, winakasan ang nakakapagod at mahabang rally para sa Letran.
Siglo 1 Men's Volleyball Final 4 matchups. With one set claimed by Arellano, it seems not enough ang pagtanaw ng Mapúa Cardinals sa bigger picture. Kaya naman ang paalala sa kanila ni Coach Aying Esteban sa kanyang kupunan, kinakailangan ang presence of mind to correct errors at hindi lang dapat palo ng palo. Dapat din ay makisabay sa utakan na ginagawa ng kabilang kupunan. Dahil sa matchup na to, panalo ang mabilis mag-adjust. That's the latest on courtside. Martin and Gaira.
Oh, precisely. Maraming salamat, Miss Hannah Arguelles. You know, this series has been all about making adjustments in between sets. And so far, it's Arellano who has made the biggest and most significant adjustments na nagkakaroon ng diferensya sa ating laban.
And in the first round, Arellano, Mapúa, again, Mapúa won in the first round. So the adjustments, they just made everything work for them. And yun nga yung kagandahan ng double round ngayon is you can actually read and know what the opponents will how they will play in the next game.
And speaking of adjustments, Mapúa is now becoming error-prone. Consecutive errors. So now Arellano will establish their biggest lead here in the second set. Barba to Ramos. That's good for RJ. Pero ito, challenge ni Coach Brian Vitug. Ball in, ball out challenge. Sigurado sila.
Yes, the coaches are pretty confident that that went out.
We'll see. So far, efficient use of challenges para dito kay Coach Brian Vitug. But right now, Arellano is just rolling. They're connecting, they're more gelled, they're such a solid team.
And you can see that they're just enjoying the game. There's no hesitation. They're just playing as one unit. Like one brain, actually.
Yeah. And for Arellano, this is going to be a big year for them, or a big next couple of games if they do survive this, because they have 6 graduating players, including some of the starters. Ito si Perdal, Moramen, Villados, Bustillo, Sinuto, and Tatu. Ooh! Inside.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Again, if any part of the ball touches the line, it's considered inside. I would understand why the coaches would think it's out though.
Yeah. Wow. Very close.
Sabi ng coaches, sayang.
Yeah, malapit eh. 6-10. Gripo. It's another error for Mapúa. Again, they were #1 in the eliminations in that department.
Now serving. Service error.
An error as well from Arellano.
So 11-7. Pancho Barba. Kanina, siya ang unang nag-serve. Nag-error siya dito. Naipasok niya. Oh! Pangilinan from the middle.
Villados with that set though. Alam mo yung sa spikers ng Arellano, it's parang tatalon na lang sila. It's gonna be fed to them na.
Yeah. Ang dali ng buhay.
Yes.
Ano? Yeah. Here's the attempt by San Andres. He has been quiet in this match. Ramos turn. No. Back set. Ginto. Nandun si Caballero. Oh, Hamisola. Yeah, block out. Off the block for Olsen Hamisola.
Great call by the referee.
8 serving 12.
8-12. It is San Andres, the league's #1 server, on the line. And they're ready. Berdal. Ginto puts it down.
But you know what's heartbreaking for these two teams? The season is almost over. You had 2 rounds in order to get here.
Yeah.
And whoever loses this match actually needs to start all over next year.
Exactly.
So if you win this, you're in the finals. You still have a chance. But if you lose, wala na, next year na ulit eh.
That's the nature of the collegiate competition as RJ Ramos connects on that hit. But yeah, I get what you mean, especially this year. It was a longer grind for our teams as we had 2 rounds in the eliminations. Alvin Makadangdang to start. Ganda nung pasa. Ginto. Barbie saves it. Ramos. Denied.
Block point.
Blocking's on point for Arellano. Very well established. Although the coverage of Mapúa is not working well for them in this match.
Danny Kuramin getting that one.
Ginto already with 7 points in this match.
Sobra lang yung serve. And this will open the door for the Mapúa Cardinals as we see substitutions from Coach Aing Esteban. At babalik si Calvin Topacio alongside itong si Cedric Javier.
Good timing on the substitution. They have 3 spikers now in front.
Doble palit. We'll see if it'll work for the Cardinals. But Galicia also as the libero now. Villados, Berdal.
Triple block.
Yeah. Tatlo na yung binabato sa kanya. Kuramin, bumalik ulit. Back to Berdal, who made the adjustment. Barbie sends it over. Another chance for Arellano University. Penny Kuramin. Barbie again was right there. Good serve, better reception. Berdal catches the corner.
Perfect spot as well.
This is power rally coming from Carl Berdal. Deep corner hit, 16-11 para sa Arellano Chiefs.
Volleyball season has officially taken off. So, in line with that, here's the first edition of our Awesome Plays.
I-share ang inyong mga larawan at video. Maaaring may feature ang inyong storya sa aming newscast. Gamitin ang #newscoop sa inyong mga posts. Abangan nyo namin yan. On your screens is Dr. Lorenzo, NCAA representative from Emilio Aguinaldo College. 16-11 here in the second set. Arellano ahead by a set. Mapúa trying to equalize. This is another single block. Berdal with a walk-off.
Berdal with a swag. Feeling that single block of his.
Wow.
Well deserved though. Look at his approach for that block.
Pinayuman ni Carl Berdal, who now has 7 points. Barbie. San Andres connects. And this is a guy that needs to get going. Only 5 points for Barbie San Andres.
Which is very surprising because Barbie is the player, the go-to player of Mapúa.
Yeah. Again, 23 points in that first matchup. Villados. Wow! Jake Pangilinan with a clean look over the net.
And with Arellano, all the spikers are contributing in this match. Thanks to Villados.
For the second straight match, well distributed ang puntos ng Chiefs. This is a high free ball. Combination Sinuto. His attempt goes out.
Good play though.
But this is also what you like for Arellano University. The attempts are there, but the spikers are efficient as well. Bihira sila yung mag-outside ng mga atake.
Actually, that's true because based on the statistics earlier, sobrang baba ng errors nila.
Yeah.
But their attack efficiency, their attack scores, and then also their blocks, it's very high.
That's right. Excellent job. Katulad yan. What a swing from EC Ginto.
Arellano is just playing so well in this match.
You see here, combination after combination from Arellano.
That's also because they have been passing really good
Yeah.
in this match. Although Mapúa, they've been trying, they've been getting those perfect passes as well. Wala silang set plays, even though magaganda yung pasa. Kaya nababasa sila agad nitong Arellano.
So Barbie San Andres will try to challenge that first ball, but he commits the error. So things are just unraveling right now for the Mapúa Cardinals.
And yun nga yung sinasabi ni Coach Aying, they're really good, especially in the eliminations. But when the pressure is there, again, it's their first time here in the semifinals. They're not used to this kind of crowd or this kind of setting. So yun nga, this is, actually he mentioned earlier, kulang pa ng maturity yung team niya.
So, timeout muna. Ang tinawag dito ni Coach Aying Esteban.
Okay, medyo push naman natin sarili natin. Yung option mo naman ng setting, kailan mo kung naka-ready o hindi, wala lang muna, just bibitawan mo nga. Yung siguraduhan, hindi pwede yung baka sakali, hindi pwede, kailangan siguraduhan yung galaw dito. Tumapalo yung kalaban natin, yung depensa natin lang yan, hindi nga naka-ready. So, hindi na bablock dahil maliit na nasa dulo. Kaya makuha natin ang makuha. Hanggat hindi natin maangat yung depensa natin, hindi talaga tayo mananalo dyan. Bro, kaya! Yung sarili na.
It all starts with defense. And again, yun nga sinasabi ni Coach Aying, they have to start with a good pass. But then again, with their setter, now that you have you have Barba inside, hindi lang siya pwedeng babato sa spikers niya. He needs to be able to establish his spikers as well, na ready silang pumalo. Just as how Arellano, how Curamen is ready for that block.
Single coverage, no problem. That's the 4th kill block from Penny Curamen for a total of 7 points in the match. Oh, nailusot ni Owen Hamisona, or Olsen Hamisona, that is.
Hamisola is actually one of the players for Mapúa na napapalusot niya yung mga palo niya through the blockers. And he's been scoring well in this match also.
You know what's amazing about Arellano right now? Kahit single coverage, threat pa rin sa net. Diba? Kahit hindi establish yung dalawang blockers, even a single guy going up to challenge the attempt still gets some points.
That's because their spikers, their blockers rather, are really good at reading the spikers.
Yeah. Villados, what a set for Penny Curamen!
The middle blockers, both middle blockers, mind you, are loving the sets coming from Villados. Look at that.
Yun yung set na nasa peak na ng talon itong si Adi Villados.
Iisa lang yung approach actually ng mga spikers, everyone. Kasi si Villados na ang bahala to feed them the ball.
Yeah. And now, there is no balling for Arellano University. Adi Villados with another block here. And sending Arellano here to this situation. They have 9 set points to work with. AC Ginto to start. Ooh! Mishit from Olsen Hamisona. It is an error that will end set number 3 for the Cardinals. Arellano, 1 set away from the finals.
What is up, NCAA fans? Ako po, si Glycel Galpo at ngayong araw ay nagbabalik tayo dito sa Subic Bay Freeport Zone para sa huling araw ng ating beach volleyball tournament. Matapos ang halos isang linggong kompetisyon sa sand court ng Subic Bay Freeport Zone sa Zambales, ay opisyal nang nagtapos ang NCAA Season 100 Beach Volleyball Tournament. Sa men's division ay naging matagumpay ang Emilio Aguinaldo College sa kanilang tinaguriang redemption year matapos talunan sa finals ang De La Salle College of St. Benilde sa score na 21-16 at 21-16. Second runner-up naman ang dating kampyon ng torneo na University of Perpetual Help System Dalta. Pinangalan ang Freshman of the Year si LPU Pirate Ace Van Romnoel Blanco. Rookie of the Year ang EAC General na si Paul Justin Say. Most Valuable Player naman si EAC General John Ruth.
And we are back, Mapúa versus Arellano here in the semi-finals of the NCAA Season 100 Men's Volleyball. In the second set, you could see Arellano really establish their blocking so well, even in their attacks. Very efficient, very strong, and just their presence of mind definitely is just here in this match. With Mapúa, they've been struggling with their errors time and time again, and their set plays are something they need to adjust to, I would say, here in this coming into the third set. But both these teams are just, you know, they're well established in the elimination round. But coming into the semifinals, nag-iba yung ihip ng hangin. You have Arellano who is just, you know, just peaking at the right time. But Mapúa, medyo they're having a hard time finding their footing here in this match.
That's right. It is Arellano acting as the superior team in this match and in this series so far. They're up 2-0, 1 set away from the NCAA Season 100 Finals. And you see here, just crisp execution all throughout, both on offense and defense.
25-15 was the score in the second set. You can see the errors.
Yeah.
The blinding errors actually of Mapúa with 9 versus the 5 of Arellano. But then again, look at that well-established blockings of the Arellano Chiefs with 4 blocks unanswered by the Mapúa Cardinals.
So it was pretty much, at least numbers-wise, the same story in that second set. Mas marami pa nga yung error dito ng Mapúa because they only had 7 in that opening frame. All right. So Arellano, as we see here, our leading scorer so far, Benny Coramin with 8 points, RJ Ramos with 9 to lead the Cardinals. Last time Arellano was in the men's finals was season 93 of the NCAA. They did not win the championship, but they got in. So they want to get back after 7 seasons. All right, ito na, set number 3. Can Mapúa respond? Or will Arellano cruise to this win, book their ticket to the finals? This is Berdal starting it up. Topacio, low pass. Isa pa. Sa kabila naman, different spikers utilized here, by the way, by Coach Aying Esteban. That's a swipe out coming from Sinuto.
Also, you saw that face-off, I would say, with Coramin and Ramos. Although Ramos has 1 more point versus Coramin, Ramos is the only player right now for Mapúa who has been consistently attacking and scoring. But with Arellano, it's actually well distributed yung mga scoring nila.
Ito, Alvin Makadangdang. That's what Mapúa has been waiting for. You know, production from a guy other than San Andres and Ramos. San Andres also hasn't been the ideal game for him. Oh, this is a good set. Just did not go across for Sinuto.
This, Mapúa should actually just treat this as a clean slate because they have the chance to go for a reverse sweep.
Oh, yeah.
But Arellano has a chance to go for a sweep.
Yeah.
So this is their chance to just start back from 0. With Mapúa, they've been having a lot of errors in this match and they just need to start from scratch again.
Just play loose. Ito si AC Ginto firing another bullet. Ginto has been so effective in this match.
And you can see that all the players of Arellano are actually power players.
Yeah. Kaya marami rin pagpipilian itong si Villados. Speaking of, underhand pass for Ginto. But somehow, he made it work.
And you know, with teams right now, it's not about having the best spiker.
Yeah.
It's about having the best setter. Because again, he would be the brain of the team, and siya talaga mag-orchestrate lahat ng plays. So if you're confident in your setter, you're just gonna jump and
Katulad yan.
Yeah, exactly. 1 point.
And these guys have been together for a while now, so we are seeing really the chemistry. Benny Coramin with another one. 9 points now for Benny, and Arellano back in front. Oh, misreception. And the players of the Mapúa squad are scrambling.
Communication is key for Mapúa, and right now they can't unlock this.
Ito na. Si Jake Pangilinan, he had 6 blocks in the first game. Topacio to the middle. That one's outside.
Ball out.
With Mapúa, they have a big chance to just bounce back, but they're actually losing their confidence because of their own errors.
So, Coach Chaying, hindi na siya mag-experiment. Binalik na si Barbie San Andres.
And with Barbie, maybe this is his chance to get back on track and look from the outside, to zoom out, actually.
That's a good long attempt coming from RJ Ramos. Catching the corner. Ito si RJ has 10 points.
On deck to serve.
Again, he is the most consistent scorer so far for them. Ooh! AC Ginto.
Ginto straight to the floor with that hit.
Whoa!
What a play as well.
Oh.
That long be quick, and then you have Ginto coming in the middle.
Yeah. Topacio to the middle. Encouraging hit for Mapúa. That's a Pau Musni. Kaya si Penny lang yun nandun sa gitna. 4-7.
Good pass.
Oh, Kuramen strikes again. 10 points for Penny.
Kuramen with another backslide attack. So efficient with this.
All right, technical timeout. Pagbalik natin, let's have Miss Hannah Arguelles.
What is up, mga NCAA? My name is Christine San Agustin, and today we are at the SBMA Sand Court here in Subic, Zambales to witness the opening day of the NCAA Season 100 Beach Volleyball Tournament. Kaya tara, samahan niyo po ako.
Binuksan ang torneo sa parada ng mga atleta na sinabayan ng pag-awit ng The Clash Season 6 Grand Champion na si Naya Ambi. Dinaluhan ang opening ceremony ni Senior Vice President and Head of GM
Siglo 1 Men's Volleyball Final 4 matchups. Lumalayo ang finals dreams ng Mapúa Cardinals with Arellano Chiefs dominating the second set, kaya gigil na hinihingi ni Coach Aying Esteban na huwag mawalan ng gana ang kupunan na ilaban pa rin itong matchup at habulin pa rin ang bola. Pinapaalala rin ni Coach Aying na with their 10th state, patuloy na magkaka-errors which the Chiefs are capitalizing on. We're used to seeing the Cardinals in full control, but right now they're playing catch-up. Can they catch up quick enough to claim a set, Martin and Gaira?
It has to start now for Mapúa dahil dehado sila ng 5 puntos dito sa ating second set. And the adjustments have to come quickly. Arellano though, no signs of slowing down. Penny Kuramen.
Everything is working well for Arellano. Like Hannah said, they're just capitalizing actually on the confidence, lack of confidence rather, of the Cardinals in this game.
Yeah, service error mula dito sa Chiefs. That's a rare one. 5-10. RJ Ramos. His turn to serve. Does Mapúa have another fight back in them? We'll see. It's a service error. That will not help their cause.
Right now, it's usually volleyball is 6-on-6, but right now, Mapúa is not only playing against the 6 players of Arellano, but they're playing against themselves as well.
Yeah. Both errors on attacking and serving. Barbie.
That's still good.
Oh, playable. And this is sent across. Javier, too strong. Check ball.
What a hit from Mapúa. Making a way to get that point off of that chance ball. That chase from Arellano.
Great effort from the Chiefs. But Javier knew exactly what to do. 11-6. Ooh. Berdal off the blockers. A percentage hit taken here by Berdal.
No problem giving him 2 blockers.
Arellano is pulling away, ahead by 6. San Andres. Sabi niya, teka lang, balik muna kami.
And this is the Barbie San Andres we are looking for from the Mapúa Cardinals. That actually, him not being in the first 6 here in the third set, that yung time na yon, he got to zoom out and see what's happening inside. So he should actually be better now that he's back in.
Seeing the cracks on Arellano's defense, this will not be saved. Sinuto converts. He now has 7 points in the match. And again, just well-distributed scoring for the Arellano Chiefs today.
Challenging the hands of Barbie on that one.
Topacio going to Ramos. Datu, siya na yung pumasa kay Ginto. And Ginto unleashes that cross-court hit.
The Arellano Chiefs definitely playing to win in this match, eyeing that finals appearance.
14-7. Outright domination by Arellano so far. Datu with a big dig. Countered by a big dig by Caballero. Oh! Shut down at the net.
Curamen on top of that block. Well-established, seamless blocking.
Wow. Jake Pangilinan with another one. 15-7. Barbie. Drop won't work. Whoa! Berdal!
Berdal attacking from the back line, but actually it looks like it's from the front line with that elevation and that broad jump.
That's the creativity of a Carl Berdal, who now has 9 in the match. Ito, this will be challenged by Mapúa on the foot fault. Umapak ba sa linya itong si Carl Berdal? We'll find out.
If ever this is a foot fault, mapapaano ko. Kaya pala mukhang front line.
Pero kaya, napaka-unpredictable na attempt niya, no? Hindi mo nga naman mapapagandaan yan. What a game for Arellano so far, though.
Playing so well.
And they're showing everybody that they want it more.
Well, with Mapúa, they're trying. It's just that they're really not used to this kind of setting.
Yeah.
This kind of type of play right now. Because again, it's their first time in the semifinals.
Yeah. We'll see. Nasa likod si Berdal. So this will be unsuccessful for Coach Aying Esteban. Score is 16-7. We'll be back after a few reminders.
What is up, mga ka-NCAA? My name is Christine San Agustin, and today we are at the SBMA Sand Court here in Subic, Zambales to witness the opening day of the NCAA Season 100 Beach Volleyball Tournament. Kaya tara, samahan niyo po ako.
Binuksan ang torneo sa parada ng mga atleta na sinabayan ng pag-awit ng The Clash Season 6 Grand Champion na si Naya Ambi. Dinaluhan ang opening ceremony ni Senior Vice President and Head of GMA Integrated News, Regional TV and Synergy, Mr. Oliver Victor B. Amoroso. Nandyan rin ang mga miyembro ng
making it back to the finals. And it's places like these that are really keeping them going. Carl Berdal, again, highly unpredictable on that hit. Siya ngayon, ang manggagaling naman sa likod.
Carl Berdal serving.
Berdal leading his team as well. I remember when he was a rookie,
Uh-huh.
we covered him for a few games, and grabe yung improvement niya here in the 100th season of the NCAA.
Yeah, season 98, I think. That's when we started covering him. Oh, counter from Iweng Sinuto.
Arellano just following their system, but on the side of Mapúa actually, very out of system yung galaw nila in this match.
Okay, kailangan kasi ma-establish yung sarili nyo kung anong ginagawa ng kalaban para mabasa nyo kung anong ginagawa. Ngayon, inisip yung tatamaan na talaga kahit iiwas yung katawan nyo, may natin tayo sa depensa nyo. Diba? Kailangan na nga natin nilaban kasi lumalayo sila eh. So, kailangan natin kuhain ng kuhain. Kailangan natin talaga ilaban.
Scoring story so far, it is a commanding 10-point lead for Arellano. And right now, they are in the middle of a 5-0 run.
And with that timeout from Coach Aying, yun nga sinabi niya, nakatawid na yung bola, gumagalaw pa rin sila, hindi sila established. That's why you were saying earlier, out of system ngayon ng Mapúa.
Yeah. And it continues. Now a total of 6-0 run, 11-3 run. Para dito sa Arellano Chiefs. Dominating Mapúa throughout this match.
Hamisola back in.
Nakadangdang from the middle. They need something that will get them going again. That will spark a rally if you're talking about Mapúa. Because now, I think they gotta play with a nothing to lose mindset. Oh, pero sa kabila nangyayari yan. 9 points na for G1 Sinuto.
What's shocking though is that's a very high set. Pero hindi pa din naaabangan ng blockers ng Mapúa.
Not a lot of blocking today from Mapúa. Nakadangdang. Still trying to will his team back here.
Good approach and good target by Makadangdang.
Set up. Ginto.
Good touch still alive, although.
Oh, easy Ginto.
Goes out.
Giving Arellano the 11-point lead. Such dominance by the Chiefs.
And this is what you mentioned earlier, Martin. Arellano is peaking at the right time.
Exactly.
Just in time for the finals.
Since the second round started, they've been 8-2. They've won their last 5, about to be 6. 21-9, Ramos commits the attack error.
Substitution for Arellano, number 3.
Ito, napakalakas ng hiyawan. This is Agovida. Daniel Agovida checking in for the first time.
Coach Brian putting in his substitutes already.
Oh! Instant impact for Agovida. Fun fact, kapatid po ito ni Keith Agovida. According at least to the teammates, Keith Agovida used to play basketball, JRU Juniors, Arellano in college. For the Arellano Chiefs then, seniors basketball. Dito sa NC.
And now making a name for himself in the volleyball scene.
AC! 23-9! Arellano!
Ginto just elevating above those blockers, powering through those hands.
Arellano is just 2 points away from the finals. Topacio. Here's the attempt. Datu. Ginto. Barbie with the reflexes. One more time here.
Coverage is good for Mapúa. Hamisola.
Tato was there. Eto na. Si AC Ginto. Too strong. But that's something Arellano can afford at this point. Ahead by 13 points.
Substitution for Arellano. Number 10, Pablo for number 6.
Pablo is back in for Villados.
Patuloy yung pagbalasa. L.A. Salvo, by the way, is also inside for the Chiefs. Olsen Hamisola. Here's the setup. Quick attack. Outside.
Attack goes out.
11-23.
Arellano still playing very light in this match. But if you're Mapúa, when they're committing errors, dapat they'll gain momentum from this.
Oh, sunod-sunod to, huh?
Yeah,
consecutive
so they
errors.
have a chance.
Yeah. We'll see. No room for errors though for Mapúa.
Hamisola needs to stay consistent on the service line.
Yeah, and he does. Here's the attack. Denied. So consecutive points for the Cardinals.
Quite unsure, but Mapúa is still fighting back.
This is momentarily giving them life.
Entering the match for Arellano, number 12, Gian Sinuto, number 6, Villados, and number 7, Currame.
Villados.
May negurado na ulit si Coach.
The usual suspects are back for Coach Vitug. 2 points away.
Still consistent on the service line.
Yeah.
Ginto. That's good.
Valenzuela. Villados. Currame popped up. San Andres. Off speed will not work. Ginto tries again. But it goes out. So
if I'm not mistaken, that's 4 consecutive errors.
Run continues. Oh. So this Mapúa run is fueled by Arellano's errors. And Mapúa will take it. Soft touch! Wow!
Villados with a very deceiving set.
And it is match point for the Arellano Chiefs. And Currame with yet another one of those running attacks.
Just 1 point away from that finals appearance.
Topacio, Valenzuela, bounced off the block.
JV Valenzuela.
15-24.
Now serving, JV Valenzuela.
JV Valenzuela only seeing action here in the third set. Ooh! And the Chiefs advance to the NCAA Season 100 Men's Volleyball Finals.
It's been years since they've reached the finals and they're back. Indeed, they definitely deserve this win.
They overcome the twice to beat disadvantage, beating the league's #2 team, the Mapúa Cardinals, to advance, and they earned the right to face the Letran Knights in the next round.
Pamantay.
At the conclusion of this match, it is Arellano advancing to the finals via a sweep versus Mapúa 25-20, 25-15, 25-15. We'll go to a quick break. Pagbalik po natin, kakausapin natin ang winning head coach, si Coach Carl Brian Vitug.
Hello mga ka-NCAA, I'm Aliyah Fidalyaga, one of the courtside reporters this season, and we are here at the NCAA Season 100 Soft Tennis Tournament Finals at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. Kaya tara, let's go! From 7 schools, only 4 remain. And they're going head-to-head for the finals, with everyone aiming to seize the championship title. Congratulations to Sun Beta Red Lionesses for claiming the women's championship title. Okay, so Coach, unang-una, anong naramdaman nyo when you secured this championship po today?
Ang naramdaman ko, hindi talaga siya expected for this year. Next year pa talaga yung goal sana namin kasi may paparating na mga malalakas kami ina-expect next year.
Hindi po naging madali mga pinagdaanan natin kasi from lawn tennis na nadurog po kami, pero ngayon sa soft tennis bumawi po kami at nakuha po namin yung champion. And sa mga supporters po namin, thank you kasi since day one andyan po sila para sumuport sa amin.
And finally, congratulations to the youth.
po si Erin T. at nandito tayo ngayon sa University of Makati para subaybayan ng NCAA Season 100 Football Finals. Tara, samahan niyo ako at saksihan natin kung sino ang magwawagi. After an intense match, the Mapúa Cardinals have defeated the EAC Generals and secured the third place in this season's football tournament. Congratulations, Mapúa Cardinals! Viva Mapúa! It was an epic finals match, but only one school clearly showed their dominance on the football field. The San Beda Red Booters have successfully defended their championship title and proved that they are the undisputed kings of the football field.
Bringing Arellano back to the finals here, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
At meron siyang kasama dito. Yung kanyang anak nandito rin. Coach, anong pangalan?
Sayer po.
Sayer. Ayan o. Diba? It's a whole celebration dito sa loob ng PhilOil. Pero Coach, congratulations first and foremost. Hindi biro yung ginawa ninyo. Twice to beat disadvantage yung na-overcome ninyo dito sa Final Four.
Trinabaho naman namin kasi yung pinag-usapan namin lagi na 1 point at a time lang, tapos kung ano lang yung usual na ginagawa namin sa training is gawin lang namin at compose lang lagi sa gagawin.
Coach, kanina pa namin pinag-uusapan ni Gaira dito na itong team mo talaga nagpipik sa tamang moment. Kanina dito sa laban natin, we actually expected a more competitive game. Pero kayo talagang shinut down nyo yung Mapúa. Simula pa lang. Talk about the preparations tsaka yung mensahe mo dito sa mga bata bago yung laban natin.
After nung game namin, niremind ko lagi sila na yung opportunity minsan lang dumating. So, wag na natin palampasin. Kasi ilang Final Four na kami lagi na out kaagad eh. So, yun, nag-respond sila. Tapos nag-viewing lang kami ng nag-viewing. Chinek lang namin kung ano yung mga tendency ng kalaban. Tapos, na-apply naman nila during game.
At nagbunga para sa inyo, Coach.
Well, Coach, yun nga, peaking at the right moment. You had yung Mapúa, they have a twice to beat advantage, twice beaten ng Arellano. Coach, kayo, from the first game here in the semifinals, ano yung biggest takeaway nyo, biggest lesson nyo now that you've defeated Mapúa here in the second game?
Nag-focus kasi kami sa conditioning nila kasi yung season napakahaba. So credit dun sa conditioning coach namin na si Paulo Peralta, napakahalaga ng role niya sa amin. Kasi hindi biro yung season na to, sobrang haba. Kaya na-prepare niya ng maayos yung player na walang na-injury. So tapos konting reminder lang dun sa system namin.
Well, Coach, talking about yun nga, conditioning, strength and conditioning is actually a really big part of the system of the team. But how about mental conditioning, Coach? Kasi nga, sabi mo nga, it's the first time that in the NCAA na double round here in men's volleyball, in volleyball in general. How did you prepare them coming into the semifinals and now going into the finals?
Nag-prepare lang kami, lagi lang kami nag-uusap kasi nasa dorm din naman ako. Talagang nag-sacrifice lahat kami na lock-in lang kami dun sa dorm, wala muna masyadong distraction. So nakafocus yung bata, kaya maayos yung ginagalaw nila.
Grabe, talaga palang on the same page kayo, Coach, dito sa team na to. First off, congratulations. Looking ahead, you've been there before. You weren't the head coach yet, pero nakita mo yung nangyari. Ano yung mga na-observe ninyo as a team noong pumasok kayo sa finals dati, ngayon na madadala mo dito para manalo na, mapalanunan na yung kampyonato?
Yung dati kasi is yung disiplina medyo kulang. So ngayon talagang start pa lang ng season, ni-remind na namin sila na kailangan on page tayo sa conditioning, sa skill, sa lahat. Kailangan disiplinado tayo. Kasi kung di ka magsasacrifice, wala mangyayari.
Parang talagang yun yung pinagtuunan nyo ng pansin. At saka ngayon, at this stage of the season, nagbubunga para dito sa Arellano Chiefs. Coach, haharapin mo, Letran. A team, I think you've beaten twice. Pareho, first round, second round, panalo ang Arellano in 4 sets. Okay, Coach, ano yung diskarte nyo sa kanila?
Mag-viewing muna kami.
Viewing muna.
Kasi
baka secret daw, sabi nila.
Bubukingin ko na si Coach eh.
Kasi yung Letran, nagpipick din naman sila. So, yung first round, second round, tapos na yun eh. Ibang usapan na kasi yung final. So, di kami magbe-base lang doon sa ginalaw nila nung first 2 rounds. Iba na kasi ginagalaw din nila ngayon.
Coach, pag-usapan lang natin ng konti yung mga players mo dito kasi lahat sila gumawa. Lahat nag-produce. Villlados, Coramen, Sinuto, Ginto, Datu, lahat nag-produce dito. Ano masasabi mo sa performance nila at saka dun sa chemistry nila sa loob ng court? Kasi ang ganda-ganda, hindi kayo mabasa ng Mapúa.
Credit sa setter namin kasi sa simula pa lang pinag-usapan naman namin na hindi lang naman isang gagawa sa atin. So kailangan lahat magko-contribute from the bench sa coaching staff hanggang sa dulo nung sa conditioning. So, yun, nag-usap-usap lang naman kami lagi tapos respond naman sila. Sabi ko sa kanila, tiwala lang kayo lagi sa gagalawin nyo. Huwag kayong magkakaroon ng self-doubt para maganda yung laruin nyo.
Well, Coach, talking about Villlados, actually we've been hyping him up during the whole game kasi siya nga yung talagang grandmaster ng iyong mga players. Coach, knowing that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's his final year.
Yeah.
How are you preparing for the next year?
Di muna ako nag-iisip nung future kasi focus lang muna kami ngayon sa present kasi malayo pa naman yun So kailangan lang namin trabahuin itong mga next game namin.
Okay. Coach, para sa'yo, ito perspective ng coach, anong ibig sabihin na madala mo yung team mo as a head coach sa finals?
Masaya pero ayaw pa namin masatisfy kasi ang goal namin is champion. So, kailangan trabahuin namin.
At base sa mga nakita mo dito, Final Four, you've been in the NCAA for a while, na-observe mo na kung paano nag-champion yung ibang team. What will it take for you guys to win the championship?
Focus, tapos mental toughness. So, wag mararatel sa mga sitwasyon na dumarating, tapos lagi lang positive yung mindset mo.
Okay. Coach, good luck sa next round. Ito, pagkakataon mong batiin yung mga nanonood sa inyo, nakasuporta, nasa finals na ang Arellano.
Binabati ko yung wife ko, si Joanna Marie Bitug, tapos yung kids ko na si Sian, Sean, Sire, tapos dun sa biyanan ko, si Elizabeth, sa mama ko, sa buong family ko, sa pinsan ko na birthday ng anak niya ngayon. Binabati ko, Arellano community, sa mga boss namin, kay Sir Peter, kay Chairman, kay Sir Val, sa lahat ng sumusuporta ng Arellano community. Tapos kay Coach Sherwin Meneses na mentor ko, and Coach Dante Alencino rin.
Coach, huli na lang, invite mo yung mga Arellano students to come out on Sunday, game number 1 ng ating finals.
Nood po kayo sa coming Sunday sa championship. Ilalaban po namin to.
Coach Carl Brian Vito, congratulations! Ayan, leading Arellano back to the promised land here in the men's volleyball competition of the NCAA. Mga kapuso, huwag kayong aalis. We'll be back for more. Kakausapin pa natin. Marami pang player mula dito sa Arellano Chiefs, kaya huwag kayong aalis.
Mga ka-NCAA, nandito tayo ngayon sa University of Makati para saksihan at subaybayan ang NCAA Season 100 Men's Football.
San Sebastian College Recoletos is the host of this season's NCAA football tournament. Under the leadership of Chairman Father Virgilio Paredes. A new contender is entering the scene this NCAA football season. The University of Perpetual Health System Delta. Eager to prove itself on the field.
Father, we heard na after all seasons before, ngayong season 100, may pumasok na bagong team na dapat abangan ng ating mga ka-NCAA.
Yes, before ay 4 teams sila, no? Ngayon 5 teams na after pandemic.
Natin ang mga players ng Arellano Chiefs. First off, we have, tawag namin sa'yo kanina, the Grandmaster, the main playmaker of Arellano, Adi Villlados. Bro, congratulations.
Thank you po.
Ayan, una muna, ito yung tinanong ko kanina kay Coach Carl Brian, perspective from a player, ano ibig sabihin para sa'yo? Final year mo, nasa championship kayo.
Masaya po kasi matagal na po talaga namin itong inaasam na makapasok sa finals. Kasi po, nung last year, even before pa po, lagi po kaming nalalaglag sa semifinals.
Oo, malaking bagay ito. So after trying for so long, ito, nakapasok na kayo sa championship round. Ano yung sekreto mo? Kasi kanina hindi ka mabasa eh. Yung mga basa mo litong-lito. Yung mga blockers netong Mapúa, anong ginawa mo dito sa series natin? Bakit naging ganyan ka-epektibo yung opensa niya?
Sumunod lang po kami sa sistema ni coach na kahit anong mangyari, kahit anong pasa, nasa akin yung ako yung magde-decide kung paano ko ibibigay yung bola sa mga spikers ko.
Well, ayun nga, sinasabi natin na paano mo binibigay yung mga bola sa spikers mo. You're a setter, dapat kilala mo lahat ng spikers mo. Ano yung nagiging struggle mo? Syempre, hindi isang set ng bawat spiker. Paano mo sila kinilala, lalo na you're going off to the finals?
Siguro po yung chemistry namin. Yung kung ilang taon na po kami naglalaro as a team, yun po yung advantage namin sa Mapúa na ang tagal na, halos lahat po kami nandun seniors and matagal na talaga po kami magkakampi.
Oh, speaking of the chemistry, binanggit mo, napakatagal nyo na magkakasama.
Yes.
Paano ba kayo nagbabanding? Anong special dito sa year na to? Kasi ito yung taon nyo, ano pa, mahaba pa yung season natin, 2 rounds pa. Ngayon kayo pumasok sa finals.
Ayun nga po, mas naging malaking tulong din po yung second round na itong tournament. And yung bonding namin is ano lang po, laging nasa dorm. Ganun.
Okay, sa dorm lang talaga.
Dorm lang.
So consistent naman sila. Yun din sinabi ni Coach Brian kanina eh.
Wala daw lumalabas.
Mahigpit po.
Walang lumalabas. Okay. Gusto ko lang malaman, kasi kanina nag-attempt ka eh. Alam namin umaatake ka, di ba? Pagka 1-2 play, di ba? Mga ganon. Pag meron kang opportunity, talagang aatake ka. Pero kanina, bumuelo ka eh. Parang spiker eh.
Yes,
diba? Meron ka bang secret dreams na maging spiker din?
Yun lang po, gusto ko lang po talagang makakontribute sa team.
Okay.
Kung anong makakaya ko, ibibigay ka sa team.
Oh, pero pwede naman. Ang ganda nung nung buwelo mo kanina. Pagka-spike mo na yun. Sabi ko, gusto niya yon na binigay sa kanya doon.
Well, coming into the finals, yun nga, pwede kang setter, spiker. Surprise pa ba yun kung tatanungin ko? Pero how will you shock Letran in the finals?
Siguro yung power namin. Hindi naman po kami laging ano ba ta? Yung
mga spikers
Apo. May variation din po siguro kami magagawa dun sa game namin sa Letran.
Kasi kanina, nakikita namin yung mga basa mo, ang ganda. Okay, huli na lang, bago ka namin pabatiin dito. Mga basa mo, ang ganda. Alam na alam mo, kailan mo ibibigay sa mga wing attackers mo. Tsaka pantay-pantay eh. Si Coramin, busog na busog dun sa mga running attack. Okay, talk about the timing at saka yung timing ng mga pasa mo. Tsaka paano mo dinidecide kung saan mo ibibigay?
May ano po kaming play doon.
Talagang
Yes po.
Sequence.
Yes po. And kung saan po pumatak yung bola, automatic na po yung mga spikers ko kung saan sila papasok. Doon, may tiwala din naman po ako kung saan sila papasok.
Grabe. Okay, ultra-talented setter Adi Villados, pagkakataon mo ng bumate sa mga nanonood sa inyo.
Unang-una po sa lahat, thank you po sa Arellano community, kay Chairman, kay Sir Peter, Attorney Noel Segovia. RK Hoops, sponsor po namin. Family ko po na nanonood dito and kay Andrea Marsan po. Thank you po sa lahat po ng sumusuporta.
Grabe naman yung bate.
Andrea Marzan, kaya pala nandito siya kanina.
Barbie Marzan ba ito?
Barbie Marzan.
Okay. Former Lady Chief. So, 20 excellent sets for block points para dito kay Adi Villados ngayong araw na to. Alright, we'll talk to more players. Ngayon naman kasama ni Hannah Arguelles, si AC Ginto. Go ahead, Hannah.
Thank you so much, Martin. As you said, I'm here with one of the players who really played a big contribution for today's win, leading them into the finals. This is AC Ginto. AC, congratulations! First of all, anong pakiramdam? Siyempre, panalo kayo, championship game ng susunod.
Sobrang happy po kasi matagal na po namin inaasam na makapasok sa finals. Yung simula 98, 99 po, lagi po kami semis pero nalalaglag po kami. Kaya sobrang saya po namin ngayon.
makikita niyo mga kapuso, ganun siya ka-sentimental para sa kanilang Chiefs, no? Kasi naaalala niya pa yung mismong taon na huling nakapasok sila sa finals. That's how much of a big deal it is. So ito, nung una pa lang nakikita ko kayong nagwa-warm up and everything, parang relax na relax lang talaga kayo. So ano yung mindset nyo coming into this match? Kasi parang hindi kayo nangangarag, nagbibiroan lang kayo, magaan. Ano yung mindset nyo?
Ayun po kasi paggising pa lang po namin, gusto po nila coach, ng captain po namin na masaya po, good vibes lang po para hindi po mabigat sa pakiramdam at hindi po namin madala sa laro yung bad vibes, yung mga negative po. Kaya ayun po. Tapos kanina po pagising po namin, nagpa-sounds lang po kami ng masasaya. Tapos sa coaster po tsaka sa dugout nagsasayawan lang po. Kaya ayun po, good vibes at maganda po yung naging resulta sa game po namin.
Ang ganda, no? Totoo talaga yung sinasabi nila na parang kung sino lang yung maganda yung gising minsan, yun talaga yung nagdi-dictate ng laro. At maintain talaga nila yun. Hindi lang ganda ng gising, maintain nyo yung good vibes nga. Ang ganda makita nun. So, para naman dun sa inside the court, paano nyo na-maintain yung pagka-calm and focus nyo? Yung pagkakalmado at pagka-focus nyo? Paano? Ayun
lang po, focus lang po talaga sa game. Pag nakaka-stop po yung kalaban namin, tinatry po namin kaagad na may stop para hindi po kayo ma-pressure at mapanatili po yung focus namin.
Okay. Ito, last question. Pag-usapan natin yung chemistry nyo as a team kasi grabe talaga. Hindi kayo natitinag ng any of the plays na pinakita ng Mapúa Cardinals. Kayo talaga yung nagdidikta kung anong mangyayari for the game. Explain mo sa akin yun. Grabe yung chemistry nyo ngayon eh.
Yung chemistry po kasi namin, di lang po sa court, pati na rin po sa dorm. Halos di na rin po kasi kami umuwi simula nung first round, second round, halos wala pong nag-uwian. Kaya yun po, siguro kahit tinginan na lang po namin, hand sign, alam na po namin yung gagalawin namin sa loob ng court tsaka sa labas po.
Grabe,
kaya nagkakaintindihan po talaga kami.
Nakakatuwa kasi ang daming non-verbals na nakikita mo dito sa Arellano Chiefs na basang-basa na ng isa't isa. And with that, AC Ginto, I'm giving you this chance para batiin kung sino man ang gusto mong batiin.
Binabati ko nga po pala yung AU community, yung mga pep squad, yung mga drummers, mga boss po namin, sila Sir Bal, si Chairman, si Sir Peter, Ma'am Marisa, sila Ma'am Joy, sila Ma'am Trina, sila Ma'am Love. Yung mga anak po ng mga Kaiko, sa Ma'am Tenny, Ma'am Antoinette, tsaka po si Ma'am Abe. Binabati ko din po pala yung sponsor namin, si Boss RK. Binabati ko din po yung isa pa po naming sponsor na manager, si Attorney Noel Segovia po. Binabati ko rin po yung pamilya ko na nanonood po na walang sawang sumusuporta. Sila Tita Joy, sila Tito Kulit po. Kay Joanna po, sa mami niya, sa daddy niya, tsaka sa kuya niya po.
Yan. Thank you so much, AC. Once again, congratulations. I look forward to seeing you in the finals. And now I'm throwing it back to you, Martin and Gaira.
Thanks, Hannah. Yan si AC Ginto with yet another double-digit scoring performance for Arellano today. Speaking of, kasama natin dito, one of the most talented scorers in the league, Carl Berdal.
Hello po.
First time in the finals. Congratulations. Kamusta? Parang hindi ka masaya. Carl, masaya ka ba? Kailangan mas masaya ka. Mas excited ka. Excited ka na sa finals.
Yes po, medyo speechless kasi hindi po namin mapaniwala kasi sa umpisa po ng season is ang pangit po talaga ng start namin. Puro kami talo and hindi po namin in-expect na hindi namin ma-expect na makapasok kami sa Final Four. Ngayon naman po, nakapasok kami na final. So parang grabe, talagang no pain, no gain.
Kwento mo sa amin yan, tuloy mo kasi interesting yan. Nagsimula kayo, rough start for you guys. Pero ang ganda nung panapos nyo ng second round papunta sa Final Four. Ano yung mga nangyari sa team ninyo? Paano nyo na-achieve yung turnaround na yan?
Dinisiplina lang po namin yung sarili namin as a team and talagang yung bonding po tsaka connection po namin na ginagawa sa dorm, sa trainings, pati po sa school is sobrang unite talaga eh. Kakaiba talaga eh. Tsaka po yung mga coaches po namin na nag-guide sa amin, tinutulungan po nila kami para mas maging better po yung team na kalalabasan po sa game na to.
Well, we're talking about the team focus. Pero now, let's focus on you as an individual. Grabe yung improvement mo from the past 2 years. What is different with you this year compared to the previous years?
Siguro po kasi mas naging confident na po ako kasi marami po akong na-experience na injuries po. Yung knee injuries ko, ACL, MCL, both knees po meron po kasi ako noon eh. So, kumbaga, nag-rehab lang po talaga, mas tinapangan po, tsaka nagsipag po talaga ako mag-rehab para makalaro ako at makahabol this season 100 po.
Well, yun nga yung injuries nyo. Tapos sabi ni Coach Brian, na you really focused, buong team nag-focus sa strength and conditioning.
Yes po.
So that's where you gained your confidence, your momentum. Ikaw, how did your team help you gain your confidence back after that injury?
Siguro po yung mga words of wisdom po na binibigay po nila sa akin is talagang nakaka-up po talaga. Hindi po nila ako dinadown. So parang thankful ako sa teammates ko kasi kahit wala ako sa kanila nung last season, nung umpisa ng season is talagang tinulungan po nila ako para makabalik eh.
Carl, ang pinaka napansin namin sa'yo individually, aside from the stellar play on the court, ay yung katawan mo. You are in shape, di ba? Talagang parang nag-trim down ka. Anong klaseng off-season work, conditioning, gym work yung ginawa mo para ma-achieve mo to? At bakit ka nag-decide na go through dun sa process na yan?
Siguro po kasi mas mabuti po yun sa parang nga po iwas injuries. Kasi po kung katulad po dati na nag-gain ako ng weight, prone po sa injuries po. Kaya po andun po si Coach Palo sa amin para i-handle po yung mga masasakit sa amin. Tsaka binabantayan natin po yung mga pagkain namin. Yung bawal kasi kami sa sugars po eh.
Okay. So pati nutrition.
Opo.
Talagang pinagtuunan ng pansin.
Yes po. Tsaka yung oras po ng pagkain. Hindi po pwedeng late, hindi po pwedeng sobra. Hindi po pwedeng maaga.
Grabe. So talagang disiplinado.
Yes po.
Talagang scheduled lahat, tsaka nasa dorm kayo. Ngayon naman nagbubunga para
Yes,
sa team na kapasok kayo sa finals. Okay, pinakita natin yung mga walk-off ni Carl kanina, yung mga
swag niya.
Oh, may tingin ng konti. Tumagal lang ng konti. Sige, babalik na ako sa team ko dito. Excited kami kasi ang makakaharap mo sa finals. Meron din silang Bembem Bautista. Okay. Excited ka ba dun sa sa tagisa nyo, face-off ninyo?
Siyempre naman po.
Dun sa finals na yan.
Yes.
Okay, 2 beses nyo nakalaban yung Letran. Ano yung pwede nyo gawin sa kanila?
Kasi po yung Letran po talaga is very competitive po na team talaga eh. So kumbaga, meron silang mga adjustments on the spot before the games kasi nagbabasa rin talaga sila ng laro eh. So kumbaga kami, ang preparation lang po namin para sa kanila ay siguro yung maging disiplinado sa loob ng court. Tsaka pasensya, habaan dapat yung pasensya.
First time mo sa finals, anong ibig sabihin nito para sa player na katulad mo dito sa NCAA?
Feel ko naman po, ibibigay na eh. Last ko na rin po kasi ito eh. So kumbaga, bibigay na namin yung best namin po talaga.
Meron kayong 6 graduating players. Okay. After this season, Carl, good luck sa finals which will start on Sunday. Alam ko maraming fans to, si Carl Berdal. Sikat na sikat to sa volleyball world. Carl, imbitahan mo na yung mga kapuso natin na nanonood dito, pati na rin yung Arellanites na manood sa Sunday. Pati na rin magpasalamat ka na rin sa mga supporters mo.
Hello po guys. Sa Sunday po panoorin niyo po kami and thank you po sa mga sumusuporta lalo na sa Kaiko family, kay Chairman, kay Sir Val, kay Sir Peter, kay Ma'am Marisa, kay Ma'am Love, kay Ma'am Marie, kay Ma'am Joy, kay Ma'am Trina. At sa lahat po ng family and coaches po and yung mga family ng teammates ko po and sa family ko rin po. Hello po sa inyo. Tsaka yung mga friends ko po nanood po kayo sa Sunday. And magandang laban po yun.
Panigurado. Mainit yung laban na yan. Letran versus Arellano. Carl Berdal of the Arellano Chiefs. Congratulations. Again, it's a first-time appearance in the finals here in the NCAA. Well done for the Chiefs, dominating Mapúa here in the Final Four. Okay, so at this point, we'll check out the numbers here. First, the final score, it is 25-20, 25-15, and 25-15. A sweep for Arellano to get to the finals. Ito yung mga huling numero natin.
Well, you can see how Arellano really dominated this match, especially with in the blocking department. 13 blocks versus the 2 from Mapúa, but also the attacks, thanks to Villados, who orchestrated the set plays for the Arellano Chiefs with 40 attacks in this match.
13 blocks completely negated and neutralized the attackers of the Mapúa Cardinals all throughout the match. Hindi nakadiskarte, hindi nakaporma yung mga attackers nitong Mapúa dito sa ating laban. And now, the finals cast is complete. Letran versus Arellano. First time in a while that 2 lower-seeded teams here in the NCAA both overcame a twice to beat, as we call it, disadvantage here in the league, and made it to the finals because we have number 3 versus number 4 here in our final series.
It's really about peaking at the right moment. Benilde and Mapúa, they both had a good first and second round outing, but Letran and Arellano just kept going up and peaked at the right time, and now they are meeting at the finals, which I am pretty sure this will be the most exciting match in this season.
And we actually don't have to wait long because on Sunday we'll start with the finals. Game number 1 between Letran and Arellano. We go back here inside the Phil Oil Center in San Juan, and this will be live on GTV and Heart of Asia. Afterwards, we'll shift our attention to the women's division. Benilde versus Letran in a rematch of last season's finals. Explosive matchups both in the men's and women's division. Kaya abangan niyo po yan sa darating na linggo. Dara, thank you so much.
It's always such a fun time to cover games with Martin kasi yung mga behind the scenes na reactions namin, kakaiba.
Iba talaga. We saw a gift of a match again between these two teams, and we are grateful that we get to do this. Pero mga kapuso, nagpapasalamat po muna ako sa mga tumutok ngayon. To my partner, Gaira Baroga, our courtside reporter, Hannah Arguelles. We have our panel director, Paca Senya. Floor director, Roy Tulio. Nandyan ang ating director na si Elmon Salvahan. This is Martin Javier saying thank you for tuning in. We'll wrap up the coverage right now in the Final Four, but we'll see you Sunday for game number 1 of your NCAA Season 100 Volleyball Finals.